there, I'm Mark from Spectrum Pulse, and today we finally have from Sarah Jarosz, Polaroid Lovers. So here's another indie country act who's been on my radar for years now, and indeed for months this year. This album dropped in January, and I'm only getting time for it now in December, but I've just never had the opportunity to properly explore her catalog before now. And given that she's younger than me and has 7 albums since the late 2000s, she's had quite a run of critical acclaim. Hell, as a teenager, she got a Grammy nomination for a song on her debut album, and she's known as a virtuoso on guitar, banjo, and mandolin. With a degree in contemporary improvisation, she came up around bluegrass, but by the mid-2010s she was closer to country folk, and racking up the critical acclaim and Grammy wins, either on her own or in the trio I'm With Her. And that's actually a decent benchmark of quality. The Grammys tend to do a little bit better with traditional Americana than most other genres. Now, in my opinion, yeah, you know what? I get the appeal if you like very tasteful, understated acoustic folk. 2013's Build Me Up From Bones is truly excellent in the melodic complexity. 2016's Undercurrent had a sharper immediacy in the recording that I really liked, and her voice has only gotten more rich and compelling with time. But I gotta be honest, I've never been as gripped by her lyrics as I would like in my favorite folk music, and given that her songs could occasionally get a little sleepy, I was actually really curious about this album, where she wrote songs with Natalie Hemby and Ruston Kelly, albeit one only of each. And well, I would place this more in the vein of Undercurrent and greater song-focused immediacy, while still allowing Jarosz's finger-picked flourishes to show a bit of virtuoso flair on cuts like Columbus and 59th, but also tapping into the same spacious, reverb-touched expanse that he used for Kacey Musgrave's Golden Hour. Producer Daniel Tashian gives the album a more electric, band-focused, swelling touch for a lot of the deliberate, winsome, mid-tempo songs. Although the album probably starts off with more groove and muscle than you would ever expect on the post-breakup regret of Jealous Moon. And yeah, you know, all that could be polite words for how this falls back near that sleepier side, especially in the back half, but in comparison with how stripped back Jarosz's arrangements can be, it's a little bit striking how the added peeling pedal steel, the piano, and the richer guitar tones add a little bit more distinctive flavor, or even with more synthetic nocturnal shuffles of like When the Lights Go Out and The Way It Is Now. They work really well as such terrific slow burns, easily my favorite songs on the album. Although, that being said, some of the more synthetic-leaning dream country touches aren't quite as well mixed as you would hope. Tashian's had this issue in the past, or they just feel a little milquetoast. Take the High Road really springs to mind here. Of course, the other side to all this is the songwriting and the lyrics, where Jarosz was more open about her collaborative process and how many of her songs this time around were inspired by relationship snapshots, not exactly in any form of continuity, rather trying to capture a microcosm of romance or heartbreak in a moment, a Polaroid, where you can palpably feel how tentative or questioning some of these seem to be. I mean, put aside any meta commentary at trying a new sound, these almost seem like moments where she's trying to hope against hope that enough fire will still linger, like on the Ruston Kelly co-write Dying Embers, or even that she made the right choices in moments like The Way It Is Now, or the Natalie Hemby co-write Good at What I Do. But you know what, even then, it is hard to escape the feeling that Jarosz's writing is a little bit closer to platitudes than truly pithy or distinctive observations. And while the sound is actually pretty uniform, the diffuse pictures in these songs, they don't exactly help with the pacing, and thus in the end, you know, I have wondered why it's taken me so goddamn long to get to this album, especially as often as I've revisited it throughout the year trying to like it more, but you know, nearly a year in, I just think it's pretty good to me. A few legit great songs, and certainly a more expansive sound that shows a lot of promise, but between the writing not punching higher and the utter loss of momentum on the back half, there's probably a reason you have not heard more buzz around this project in 2024, even in indie country circles. But still, certainly worth a late listen, and for as tasteful as it is, I think this is a season around the holidays where it could get a lot of play and sound pretty apropos. I just wish I liked it a little bit more. That's all. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to see more, please be sure to like, share, drop comments, subscribe. Yeah, I know, I'm really late to Sarah Jarosz, especially in indie country circles. This feels like an album and really an artist I should have been on board with years ago. But again, big back catalog, just taking the time to properly sink in. And it's sad that I'm hopping onto an album that I do like, but I really wanted to love. Beyond that, though, anything else I might be able to do to improve my presentation, I'm all ears. And if y'all want to get involved and help and support the channel beyond buying my merch, or, well, I will link here to YouTube memberships and Patreon. Once again, don't feel obligated, tough times out there. But if you want to get involved in helping support the channel, get albums on my schedule in the new year so I'm not this late, or help just yell at me in my Discord, the option is available. Till then, I'm Mark, you're watching Spectrum Pulse, and I'll see you next time.